She's doing the first tag of the storytelling manual, which is the folk tale. Now, as we know, or maybe not, Graciela is from New Mexico, a part of the United States, where they speak both Spanish and English. So she's very proud of her Mexican heritage because her parents are Mexican, right? Mm-hmm. All right. So she's bringing us a folk tale by Joe Hayes, right?
Yes.
Joe Hayes, yes. And it's called The Day Snow Tortillas. And I'm going to clarify something. Tortillas in Mexico are made of wet flour, not potatoes and eggs like here in Spain. That's a Spanish tortilla. Tortillas are the ones like used in burritos, white flour. So please welcome Graciela.
There was once a woman, a stunning woman, who married a logger. This logger could do his work very well. In fact, he could chop down trees in no time. He had so much firewood, he could sell it down at the village and make a living out of this. He was not a very well educated man. He could not read or could not write. Yes, this man was not the sharpest tool in the shed either. In fact, he would get himself into trouble sometimes. But he was a very lucky man because he had a very clever wife. One day, he was out in the woods. He was working, chopping down his tree. You know, he spent his whole day out there. And once he came home, he went down this trail. And he notices there are 3 leather bags on the side. They were kind of hidden. He was a very curious man. So he opened up the first bag. And there was gold. Oh, he was excited. So he opened up the second bag. There was gold in the second bag. And the third bag. Oh my goodness, he just found 3 bags of gold. Oh, he was so excited. He hurried on home to tell his wife. Mujer, look at what I found. And she comes out, looks, you found 3 bags of gold. Oh, she was excited, but then she stopped to think. Why were there 3 bags of gold hidden in the woods? This must belong to some robbers. And if they find out we have it, they might come out and kill us. So she asks her husband for a favor. Dear husband, do me a favor and don't tell anyone you have found 3 bags of gold. Then after a second she thought about that. You know, this man could never keep a secret. What was I thinking? So she develops a plan. Hey, husband, please go down to the village and buy me some flour. 100 pounds of flour. He looks at her, and he was going to question her, but he knew better not to question his wife. So he goes down to town, he's walking, and he's grumbling. This woman, doesn't she realize I've been working all day long? And then she wants me to buy her flour and 100 pounds of it? Ugh. So anyways, he bought the flour, he comes home, places it in the kitchen. Mujer, I got you your flour. She comes out, oh, thank you. That is so kind of you. You must be very tired. You should go lie down and rest. He thinks, boy, that's the best idea she's had all day long. So he goes and he rests and he fell asleep. He was so tired after working all day long. As soon as she realized he was asleep, she begins to make tortillas. She makes one stack and she makes another. She made stacks so big they were up to the kitchen ceiling. When she was done, she goes and checks on her husband and he's still sleeping. So then she goes outside very quietly and puts out tortillas outside. Every single one of them. And in the morning, her husband wakes up, opens up the curtain. And he's like, oh, there's tortillas outside. Mujer, come look. There's tortillas all over the ground. She comes out, she looks. Yeah, it's no tortillas last night. He's like, I've never heard of such a thing. Oh, you are not an educated man. That is why you don't know that it's no tortillas. You need to go back to school. And sure enough, she packs him a lunch and makes him wear his Sunday outfit and sends him to school. He arrives, Sunday suit. He realized the chairs were very small because they sent him to kindergarten because he couldn't read and write, if you remember. So he's a very big man. He's a logger. He's trying to fit himself into this little chair. And then the kids, they were very enthusiastic about learning. They were raising their hand, and he was just, oh, I can't stand it. They know the answers to every question. I'm a little embarrassed because I'm the oldest one here. Went home. I can't do this. Grabs his axe. He's like, Mujer, I cannot take this. I cannot go to school. I'm going to go out to the woods. She's like, oh, that's fine, sweetie. You go do what you do best. And so enough, he did this for a few days. And then, all of a sudden, a week passed by, and 3 grubby men show up at her door. And she's like, oh my goodness. She opens the door. So we hear your husband has 3 bags of gold. Everyone in the village is talking about this. And she's like, gold? I've never heard of such a thing. You know, my husband's not all there, and he says the strangest things. Well, we'll see about that. So the men waited there. They waited for him till the afternoon. They were sharpening their knives and their pistols, and then they saw him coming. They approached him. You have our gold? Oh, yeah. I think I gave it to my wife to hold. Mujer, where's the gold that I gave you? I don't know what you're talking about. The 3 men were like waiting for the answer. The logger's like, yes, remember, it was the day that it's no tortillas. And then the following day, you sent me to school. And the robbers were like, he's crazy. His wife sends him to school, and it's no tortillas. Este hombre está loco. Let's get out of here. Sure enough, the 3 men left. And the logger and his wife get to keep all the gold to themselves because they never found out who it truly belonged to.